Hi guys, so today I'm going to be recording a sort of mauve smoky eye with the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start by priming my eye with MAC 24-hour extended eye base, and then I'm going to even out my skin tone with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is my preferred method of priming my eyes. I like this more than in any like colored eyeshadow primer I've tried, and I'm gonna blend that out with my trusty Sedona Lace 520 brush and take a spoolie. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and fast forward. This whole video is a little bit fast forwarded, yeah, because it was too long. This is the Zoeva 322 brush, and I'm using MAC Coquette. I love this brush, by the way, for my eyebrows. Then I'm going to take MAC 208 brush. Is that 208? Yeah, with Mystery eyeshadow by MAC. This is my usual way of filling in my eyebrows, and I fast forwarded this part more than the rest of the video because eyebrows are boring, right? And then I'm going to go in with my brow bone color, and this is a Sonia Kashuk brush, which is my favorite, and that is Wet n Wild Brulee. The brush is Sonia Kashuk number 203, and Brulee is my favorite highlight. I found other colors, but none just work as well. It's very pigmented, but still not super like thick. Does that make any sense? Anyways, this is a Sedona Lace EB21 brush with MAC Shroom, and I put that underneath my brow on top of my brow bone color. And I put my Wet n Wild Brulee on because I feel like it makes blending my eyeshadow a lot easier. And then I go back over with the Sonia Kashuk brush with no extra product on it, just blending that out a little bit so it's not as shiny. And then taking my Bonbon palette, I'm going to be taking a Sonia Kashuk blending brush and going into that top corner shade, which is Almond Truffle, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. I love this brush. This is my all-time favorite blending brush. They come out with, this was a kit a while back, and they come out with kits every so often, but I haven't found a brush like this. And then I'm going to go in with a Zoeva brush. Is that a Zoeva brush? No, that's a MAC 217. Just kidding. With the color Mocha. And like I was saying, they have a similar one to that Sonia Kashuk brush in the permanent range, but it's not the same. Yeah, and I'm taking this as my crease shade. Just putting that all the way in, and I'm going a little bit further in than I sometimes do, because I want the darkness on the inner part of my eye too. If you don't like that, then just stay out. Stay towards the outer part of your eye. Yep, and I'm just blending this, and then I go back in. I go back and forth between the brushes. I go use my 217 and my blending brush, and I don't put any extra product on them when I'm doing this. I just blend it out. Going back in, doing some more until I'm happy with the gradient between the transition and crease color and the depth of the color. I always feel random because I don't know what to say during times that I already explained. Going back in with my Sonia Kashuk brush and blending. Then I'm going to take a Tarte. This is a Tarte Smolderized pencil, and this is in the color Fig. And it's kind of like a really dark, like purpley, taupey color. It has a little bit of gray to it. I don't ever use it, but it helps when you're trying to do that. And I'm going in with the dark color in the palette, which is Bordeaux, and I guess I cut out where I blended the pencil out with my finger. There's the Sonia Kashuk brush. Not the Sonia Kashuk, that's the Zoeva brush that I had mentioned, which is not with me, so I don't know, but I'll list everything in the bottom. And I'm putting that Bordeaux color in my crease to make it darker before I add my lid color. I like to start with my crease before lid, That's just my preference. I feel like it gives a cleaner look. I gave up on that brush because it was pissing me off, unfortunately, and went in with my trusty 217, and I'm still going in with that Bordeaux color and deepening up my crease. And something I like to tell people when we're talking about how like eyeshadow application during class and whatnot is when you're doing a smoky eye or any eye really, you want to make sure that when you're looking forward, that the color isn't getting lost in your crease when your eyes are open, if that makes sense. Like, I see a lot of people that they put their eyeshadow on and it's so nicely blended if their eyes are closed, but then when they open their eyes, it just gets lost in the fold of their crease. So I like to look forward and make sure my color's high enough. So it's just a tip. If you feel, because like it's weird when you have like a dark lid and then it just like skips when your eyes open to transition color. Do you know what I mean? There's no kind of in between. That's why I like to take it up higher. I also took the dark towards the inner part of my eye too. Like I said, I like it to be dark for this kind of look. And apparently I'm thinking about something, and I'm still going with Bordeaux and making it darker. Taking my Sonia Kashuk brush and blending it all out. I don't find you can over blend with these kind of looks because it's all kind of like similar shades, if you know what that means, if you know what I mean. So I'm going in with Bordeaux with my finger and patting it all over my lid. This is always my preferred method of applying eyeshadow to my lid. I love the way it looks. It's easier and you don't have a dirty brush and it goes on pigmented and there's less fallout that way. And I'm taking my 217 brush and blending that in. Then I'm going in with, I guess it would be the darkest color. I don't really know. It's kind of dark. It's dark truffle, and I'm patting it on because I want it to be darker on my lid. This has a little bit of a shimmer to it. This palette, I love all the colors in this palette. The only thing is that I wish it had a black, but that's not really a big deal because, you know, it's not like we all don't own black eyeshadow. And then I'm going in with my MAC pencil brush, which is, I think, the 219, and a Ben Nye black matte shadow because I wanted it to be darker and it wasn't getting dark enough for me. Is that the 219? Yes, it is. And I love this eyeshadow. I don't know if you could tell that I hit pan. It took me years. I've had this eyeshadow for years. That's my favorite black. Took me years to hit pan, so I guess that's good. And I still have only a little tiny bit of pan showing. And then I'm going in with a Sonia Kashuk brush that's from the same set as my blending brush. And a MAC. This one was limited edition, this eyeshadow. I think it's called Everyone's Darling. Again, I'll list it in the bottom. It's very similar to Deep Damson. Damson? Is there a P? I don't know. In tone, I just like this one. It's creamier, it's easier to blend, and it's not as patchy as Deep Damson, so that's why I like that one. But you can use either or. Or you don't have to use a different shadow, you can just use one that's in the palette. So then I'm going to come back with my whole face done, because this originally was going to be a full face tutorial, but it was too long, so I'm going in with like a flat, semi-fluffy brush that I got years ago at Walmart. I love this brush. I have like 5 of them, with the Almond Truffle shade from the palette, and I'm just going to blend it out. I find that this brush is big enough / small enough for the under eye and fluffy enough but not too fluffy, if you know what I mean, because I can get really raccoon looking really quick, and that's not what we want. I'm just blending that all down below my waterline, that way I can add a darker color. And I'm making sure to connect that to my top so that there's no gap, which is weird. That happens because sometimes my eyes water during the day and it'll happen and I'm like, what's happening with the eye area? But you know. And then I'm going on with Mocha on a Zoeva brush that I don't know the number of, so I will link in the bottom bar. This is an okay brush. It's not my favorite. It's a nice shape. Sigma has a very similar shaped one that's not like a dual fiber one, and I prefer that one just because it applies color a little bit better than this. And going back in with that white brush that I added the almond truffle with and blending that out. And then going in with a pencil brush. I'm not sure why I took a different pencil brush with this black, but yeah, that's another Sonia Kashuk brush. You can tell I love Sonia Kashuk. And that's the black Ben Nye color that I used earlier. I have no idea why I went in with a different brush when I used black on the other brush a minute ago. More brushes to wash. And then I'm going back in with the same white brush and blending that out. And blinding myself, apparently. And sitting in front of my window makes me look extra white and my contour look extra dark. Like, it's just the lighting in this video is weird. It doesn't look weird. My skin is a little... well, I hope it's not. It didn't look that white. And then I'm taking the same Sedona lace brush I used on my brow bone and the molasses chip color and putting it on the inner, like, third of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take satin sheets and do the inner corner. And I'm going to go in with a Tarte Smolder Eyes eyeliner in, I don't know, in Waterline, and apparently apply my lashes and put mascara. I always put mascara on my less expensive lashes and pinch them together so that they look more natural. Like, I don't have two sets of lashes going on because I think that looks bizarre. And coating them with mascara again. And then I'm going to cover my lash band with liner, which is always necessary. They say it's clear. They lie. They lie. And I'm going to line my lower lash line with matte chromographic pencil in NC15 and NC20 something. So, and there's the finished look. And that's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!